It's your boy Terry Taylor. Long time no see. Probably asking yourself, where the fuck have you been? Well, I'm gonna tell you. So, shit. Lots been going on. It's been the summertime. The weather's been little crazy here in Long Island, New York, especially here at the beach. It's been like fucking raining, like all of July it like rained. Apparently New York became Florida. And then I got fucking strep throat on the 4th of July. Well, technically the 5th of July. Had a little party on the beach, had some people here. Next thing I know, 3 of us are sick for the next like fucking month. It was terrible. Been wanting to get some shit done. I also had zero memory. I had like filled all my memory. I don't know how I did that. Apparently, I have no idea how to optimize my data. So, I bought a bunch of data sticks and shit to make sure that that doesn't happen again. Excuse me, so I moved my laptop. What else have I been doing? Been eating a lot. After I got better, I was fucking starving for some real fucking food, so I did a lot of that. Plus, living at the beach, I got a lot of people here, but that's no excuse. I should have been filming this whole time. I'll be filming more. So, I am now a volunteer for Long Island Retro Gaming. The first thing I did with them was I volunteered at CradleCon at the Cradle of Aviation, which was the Cradle of Aviation, if you're not from around here, is Mitchell Field. It's like where Lindbergh took off. It's major. It is. It's the cradle of aviation, literally. And now what it is they've turned all the hangars and shit into this sprawling museum, much like Smithsonian. This is like fucking planes and shit hanging all over the place, space capsules. It's legit. Very cool place. The IMAX theater. So we had during their con, it's called CradleCon. You know, it's like a fucking nerd culture con. Comic books, cosplay, all that shit. We ran a section that was all retro games. So we had arcade machines as well as console gaming on original CRT televisions. It was a lot of fun. So this is their second year that Long Island Retro Gaming has thrown their own expo, the Long Island Retro Gaming Expo, at the Cradle of Aviation. I think it's the second year, might be the third year. I only joined this year and I went last year. It was a fucking blast. We set the whole place up. The place is 3 floors, multiple hangars, and we set the whole thing up for. Yeah, we had free play. We had over 100 CRT televisions connected to, over 100 consoles playing, all sorts of shit. Anything you could think of. We had Sega CDs set up, Famicoms. We had it all. Then we had the little retro museum area where we had like your Vectrexes. We had an a Sharp X68000. Very impressive. Well, we had one of those functioning. You could play it. Among other things. I'm gonna edit in some photos and shit into this video so you can see. So now my background is that I am in a band. If you don't know, we're called Autodrome. Check us out on, you know, the internet and whatnot. And I've also taken like TV production and audio. I took that in like high school and college, and I've been a live musician for like fucking 20 years. So I know the ins and outs of like how to run like a mixing board and sound and do all that. So, just so happens that Long Island Retro Gaming, who was throwing their Long Island Retro Gaming Expo at the Cradle of Aviation, they needed another sound guy. So, boom, who's your fucking man? Me. So, what did that entail? Well, it entailed I did audio for the panels we had, which we had some great fucking panels. We had the Immortal John Hancock. I gotta tell you, what a fucking sweet guy. Him and his wife, just unbelievable. Really just fantastic people. Just super nice. I got to spend 2 days with them just talking video games. And, talking about pickups, different things we picked up, which I'll get into that because I picked up some stuff myself. And his super sweet wife, I was hanging out in like our break area with him and the 8-bit guy and his wife, which 8-bit guy and his wife are super cool too. I'd actually met him the previous year, but this year I was working with him. I got to hang out in the dressing room while they had like a lengthy conversation on like the ins and outs of how they run their YouTube channels, which I'm a big fan of their YouTube channels. I've been watching them for a couple of years at this point. So that was super thrilling. It was just like a crash course. And I got to thank them because they were like super fucking cool, super humble. I got to hang out with Leonard Herman, who wrote a fantastic book about history of gaming, and he was, he's friends with people all the way back to like the beginning of Atari. He knows, he's connected all throughout gaming history. Very cool guy. Also very humble guy with a fantastic book that you should go pick up. We had Spawn Wave, RGT85. Very cool. They had a great panel actually. It was a very fun panel. I'm sure there's clips of it out there. I'm not going to get too into details. Just very nice guys. I actually didn't get a photo with them because I was very busy, and they were very busy about the same time that they were like leaving their panel. When I would have had the opportunity to really talk to them, I was busy setting up for another panel. So it was out of the realm of possibility to get a photo with them. But I did, and he wasn't even doing a panel. I watched this guy on YouTube, and he's like one of my favorite channels. He's a Long Island guy, so automatically I have a connection to him. He's like down the fucking street, basically. This guy's named Bithead 1000, and he's got a video game show. The greatest video game show program in the history of human civilization. But it's a little more than that. It's just a very entertaining show, and it's interesting to hear him talk about growing up in the 80s on Long Island, because I was fucking here. He's like a year older than me, so we experienced very similar upbringing. So he wasn't even doing a panel or anything. As a matter of fact, he didn't even fucking know that the expo was happening until a buddy told him. So on the second day of the expo, I'm outside having a cigarette, and there the fuck he is walking up the sidewalk. So, so now the funny thing is, I may or may not at this point have been a little bit high. May have smoked a little bit of weed. So I see him coming, and I'm talking to my buddy, Big Tall Rob, who's been on the show before, Captain Frizzo. You've seen him. So I'm talking to him, and I'm like, oh shit, that's fucking Bithead. I'm gonna go say what's up to him. So I walk over to him, and I'm fucking high. I'm wearing my Long Island Retro Gaming Expo shirt. I got like my fucking name sticker on me so all the panelists know who I am. So I walk up to him, and I'm like, what's up, Bithead? And I'm sure he was like, who the fuck is this guy? And so he was very, very, very nice guy. Totally just humble. Like, his show is great. You should really, you should check him out. I'll post a link to his page in the description below, so you can go find him. I'll post a link to everybody I'm talking about here, so you can go find them if you don't already watch. But I'm bullshit with the guy, and the guy is nice as hell. Fucking tall guy. He's like 6'4" or some shit like that, man. He's like very tall, lanky dude. So, we're talking, and I'm telling him why I'm there, that I'm doing audio and whatnot. I'm telling him, I'm like, we should have you in on a panel next year, and he's laughing, take a photo, we're bullshit together. Come to find out that Ryan, who is the guy I'm working with in the audio area of this convention, he's also one of the co-founders of Long Island Retro Gaming. He fucking emailed Bithead and asked him to do a panel, and Bithead never responded. So we went tearing ass after him to try and find him and talk to him. Needless to say, we did not find him again. But I will say, the guy's so sweet. I'm watching his show yesterday. Yesterday? Day before. It was day before. And he dropped a new video on his channel, and he gave me the sweetest shout out. And man, it was a fucking pleasure meeting.
I met Terry at the gaming convention. I didn't forget your name, Terry, because I was kind of, as you were talking, I was zoning out on your name badge. This guy Terry was doing all, like, the video and the lighting, and I don't know what he was doing, the audio and the video or something like that for the panels. Guy was doing it like free of charge. Just came down to help out. Salt of the earth, this guy. I met his wife. Tremendous people. Tremendous people. I mean, fantastic people. I apologize to everybody I met. Hopefully, if I meet you again, you won't see me in that state again.
And we gotta have you at the do a panel next year or something. But yeah, fuck it. Go check out Bithead 1000. His channel's great. He's a local boy. He's a hardworking dude. Just solid guy. So yeah, go check him out. I'll post a link in the bottom. Anyway, so that was the expo. The fucking expo was great. You wouldn't believe the shit they had there. It was ridiculous. If you watch RGT85's channel, check out what he picked up. He picked up like a fucking holy grail that he was looking for. I won't tell you what it is. Check it out for yourself. But they had unbelievable stuff. And the thing is, I was there the day before the expo, setting up all, setting up the mixing board, running wires, setting up mics and everything, getting everything ready for the next day. As well as I was there a couple other times helping set up TVs and shit, because there's a ton of them, and for the free play and the tournaments and everything, which is just, it's quite an undertaking. And everybody, all the volunteers that work for Long Island Retro Gaming are fucking awesome. They're super intelligent, super capable, and everybody just pulled together and made this shit happen. And it was great. And everybody, all the managers and all the co-founders and all that stuff, just fucking sweet guys. Maybe I'll have them on the show at some point. We'll see what happens. We do have a barbecue coming up. So anyway, the expo, by this time, it's like in its third or fourth year. I think it's his third year. Now we're getting like fucking 5,000 people showing up and whatnot. It was crazy. It was fucking madness. But the vendors, I mean, they had great stuff. Oh, that's right. I was talking about the vendors. They had fucking great stuff. And one of the vendor tables was actually the cradle of aviation. Because the whole reason I think we're connected with them, and I'm not 100% sure on this, but this is what makes sense, is the year before the first year Long Island Retro Gaming did an expo, the year before, the Cradle of Aviation had their own exhibit called The History of Video Games. And they had all these fucking arcade cabinets and old systems. Everything was hooked up and you could play it. So now, a couple years later, Long Island Retro Gaming is working with them, and we have all our own shit that we used to set up. So they're selling off the stuff that was in the exhibit. And they were really blowing it out. I mean, it was really fucking unbelievable. They were selling arcade machines, everything you could think of. So I had to go and get, well, I'll bring you with me. I'll show you what I'm talking about. I saw it and I had to have it. I know it's ridiculous, but that bad boy, that Jaguar, it was in the box. It's hooked up over here. Came with Cybermorph, all the cables, controller. Fucking works right in my CRT TV. It looks fucking fantastic. I had to pick it up. I bought it from the Cradle itself. So I felt great about that because that money goes to the museum, which the museum is awesome. So I got it for a fucking steal. In the box, with a game, all the wires and the controllers. $150 fucking dollars. Come on now. Come on now. And the money's going to a good cause. I had to do it. I had to fucking do it. I had to pull the trigger on it. Now, leading up to this, when I did CradleCon, I saw some shit at some tables, some vendor tables, some nice stuff. I actually was beat. Somebody got a 3DO that I had my eyes on. I should have jumped on it immediately, which I did with the Jaguar because I saw that shit out on the vendor table the Friday before the expo opened. And about 10 minutes before the expo opened on Saturday, I was at that table like, yo, that's mine. And it was great. All those guys that work at the Cradle are fucking really cool guys. Gave me a great deal. Gave me all the wiring I need. Gave me everything I need. Got me fucking good to go. So anyway, at the CradleCon about a month earlier, I was still sick at the time. I still had like fucked up voice. I had okay, let's preface this whole thing. So I've been building my retro gaming collection pretty seriously now for the little over a year. I was collecting like handheld video game systems, and I just decided to go all in. And I've been building my collection. I got a boxed Saturn now. I got a Dreamcast. I got like 20 systems over there at this point. And we're building. We're still building. We're still small. We're still looking. We're out there, out in the streets, looking for deals. Maybe you'll come with me at some point. So I've been building this stuff. Now, a friend of mine, good friend of mine, who I used to be in a band with, I've known him since high school, just got married. And he's one of these guys that has lived at his parents' house this whole time. He never moved out. He's lived in the same bedroom with all his shit. So he was in a unique position that he still has everything from his childhood. So, you know, I collect all sorts of shit. Hot sauce, comic books. Although I'm petering off and I'm only buying comic, like, hardcovers and yeah, I'm only buying omnibuses. I'm not doing individual fucking comics anymore. I can't do it. There's just no room for it. I'll buy everything once it's put into trade paperback. Anyway, I also collect Star Wars toys. I collect toys, but primarily Star Wars toys. Like the old stuff. So he sold me last year a boxed... I'll fucking show it to you. This is actually unbelievable. Last year, he sold me this. Complete in box with the fucking tape. How it came. I mean, the actual stickiness of the tape doesn't exist anymore. But it was never opened. This thing was... Everything inside is still sealed in plastic. The stickers are still on. It's... I mean, the box is a little beat up, but everything inside it is in immaculate shape. So he gave me this for a fucking steal. And I'll be right back. I'm back. So he gave me that for a steal. I think I gave him like $140 or something for it, which is like less than half the price of what it's going for online, in worse shape. So I got a great deal. So then, after I did CradleCon, yeah, he had gotten married. Like, he got married in June. So his parents like, get all your shit out of the house and get the fuck out of here, move in with your wife, which she has. He's still in the process of getting rid of all his shit. So he sends me a photo. And he's like, you interested in any of this shit? It's video games. Nintendo stuff. A couple of Sega Genesis games. So the photo was kind of blurry. I didn't really see exactly what it was. And there was a case in the photo as well. So I said, sure, I'm interested, you know. And so I'm like, you know, what are you looking to get for it? And God bless you, Brian. I love you. He's like, shoot me an offer. So, you know, when somebody says that, you shoot low. Because you expect they're going to counter with something high, and then eventually you'll get to where you're happy. So I shoot him a low price, $40. So he fucking takes it immediately. Okay, sure. And this poor bastard, I'm so sorry. I got to show you what I buy in this. This is about a month ago. I was a bit flabbergasted, actually, when I started to go through everything and look it up and see all the things that we had, all the goodies. I mean, we got Mega Man, the original, complete in box. We got manuals for everything. We got all the now, back here is a case. I don't know if you can see it. There's a case back there. It's filled with games. I'm not going to pull everything out. I'll go through everything eventually and show you what everything is. It's just it's a lot of common stuff in there. Bunch of Zeldas, some you know, the Metroids, the Castlevanias, all that stuff. So I'm looking online at everything after I've picked everything up, and then I realize, holy shit, there's a fucking complete in-box fucking Mega Man in, like, mint condition. I mean, look at this. I mean, whoa, Jesus. It's fucking beautiful. It's goddamn, it's pristine. Everything about it. So that's in there, and I'm like, holy shit, Brian. That itself is worth a lot more than what I paid. So, by the way, I owe him dinner. I'm not a complete scumbag of a friend. So I'm going through everything else, and then I realized that that case, that Nintendo case, I can't even find it online. I found 2 listings for that case. One was cracked and missing the front door, because it's a flip-down door on the front. But it had a big crack up the side, and it was going for like $110. Then I found another listing for just the door with a crack on it, going for $80. So I gotta tell you, I feel bad, Brian. I really, I'm gonna cook you dinner. You and your wife, I'm having you over for a lovely meal because I really, you gave me quite a fucking deal, my friend. Hold on a second. Shit, so I forgot where I was going with my fucking story before I started rambling. So, I'm working the expo. I'm doing the panels. And I gotta tell you, I'm hungover like both days. I had I had shit to do the night before each one of them, which involved alcoholic beverages. So, I can tell the whole expo, I kind of stink. Like alcohol still. And, you know, when I'm getting there in the morning, I'm a little, I would say I hadn't fully wore off yet. So, you know, I'm eating fucking caffeine gum, I'm drinking coffee, I'm doing everything I can, you know. I know what I gotta do, it's not gonna affect that. But now I'm starting to be like, I don't want to start fatiguing. I really don't want to, like, reek like fucking alcohol because I went out partying the night before. Anyway. So, Bithead's rolling up, and like I said, I may or may not at this point have been high, and so I roll up on him, and I'm feeling a little goofy while I'm talking to him, you know, and I can't tell in my head, I'm like, am I chewing this guy's fucking ear off, because I really don't want to. I was like, but for some reason I knew he was going to be there, and I wanted to, you know, I wanted to shake his hand. He's my fucking fellow Long Islander. By the way, sip a beer for Bithead. So the whole time I'm having a conversation, I'm internalizing the whole thing. So I watched his episode a day or so ago when he dropped it. And he mentions me, like, and the whole conversation we had, and he's talking about how he had not smoked weed in a while, and somebody had given him a fucking vape pen beforehand, and when I met him, he was high as fuck too, and zoning out on my name tag, which is why he remembered my name. But so that was very, I thought it was very funny, like the two of us were fucking high, like internalizing the entire conversation. But he was a fucking sweetheart, man, and it was nice to meet him. It was a real pleasure. It was great to meet everybody I met it was this past weekend that just passed. It was great to meet everybody. Everybody was fucking awesome. We had a fucking blast. The vibe in the Cradle of Aviation was just tremendous. Everybody there, all the people that I worked with, all the people that were vendors, all the people who were just there, like hanging out, having a good time. It was great. It was basically having like a big nerdy party in the Cradle of Aviation. Plus, all this is going on. We have a whole other area dedicated to like tabletop gaming. Fucking magic cards, fucking Dungeons and Dragons and all that shit. So, I mean, talk about it. Fucking, this place was sweaty as fuck. It was glorious. So sweaty. I mean, talk about how fucking sweaty. Yeah, that's another thing I want to say real quick as I spit across this place, talking about sweaty. I want to just just say briefly that, like, you know, we just lost John Schnepp not that long ago. And he, if you don't know who he is, he was the director for Metalocalypse. He worked on Aqua Teen Hunger, all like the Adult Swim stuff. He directed the documentary The Death of Superman Lives, What Happened. If you've not seen it, it's fantastic. He had a great show on the YouTube channel Collider. It was called Collider Heroes. It still exists. Anyway, very suddenly he passed away about a month ago. It was very sad. He was one of my favorite pundits on the channel, and Heroes is it's still a show I watch weekly. And I just wanted to give a little shout out to John Schnepp. Last year at Comic-Con in New York, I got a pin from him. Sweet fucking guy, giant guy, just a sweet guy. And, you know, just real nice. Like, we just sat and shot the shit at his table. I bought a pin off of him of this thing he was working on, the Unicron. And it's on my vest now, the Unicron pin. And I have, like, the little signed thing that he gave me over on my collection, in my collection over there. But I just wanted to give a shout out and send my regards to his fiancée, Holly, who he left behind. But I don't think he really left her behind. I mean, I'm sure they're still bonded. There's certain connections you just can't break. But I wanted to send my love out to them. I have friends in LA that know them, like, well, and, you know, I can't even imagine how we all felt out here. I can only imagine what it must be like for her to lose. I don't know. I don't even want to go too far on this. But I just want to give a shout out to John Schnepp and a shout out to Holly and say that, you know, out here in the world, we're all thinking about you. Out here in our community of imagination. So I wanted to say that. So what else has been fucking going on? Jesus Christ! It's the summertime. I got a bicycle. I got a sweet bicycle too. It's 1973 Cool Lemon Schwinn. I guess this goes all into my trying to get physically fit, quit smoking. You know, try to get it together before 40. Got a little over a month before that happens. But I got a bike and I've been riding it at least 4 or 5 days a week now. And I ride at night because, first of all, it's hot and humid as fuck out there right now, and I'm a night owl. So it's not the same. So so I ride at night, and I do this thing. My neighbors and the people in my neighborhood must love me, where I have like one of those little fucking subwoofer speakers. You know, like a Bluetooth joint. It's nice. It's nice. JBL pumps out really loud. And I put that fucker in my backpack, and I just pump music and ride around town. Luckily, I have a boardwalk here, so it's a little bit lawless at night on the boardwalk. So, but I don't always stay to the boardwalk, so they must love me in the back streets over here. I'm that fucking asshole on the yellow Schwinn pumping vaporwave at 3 o'clock in the morning. So anyway, I'm back. I got memory, so I can start doing this again, like fucking all the time, which makes me very happy. Because I missed you guys, and I was really slacking, and I was like, should I come back? What should I do? What's my format gonna be? You know, I'm still in the fucking, you know, I've only been on here for about a year or so. So, I mean, fuck it, it's my channel. Do what I want, right? We'll be talking about food. We'll be talking about hot sauce. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna do a shot of hot sauce with you right now. I got this. I got this stuff that, well, I'll tell you the story. We got this restaurant over here. It's like a Tex-Mex spot. I'm not going to say the name of it because I don't want to incriminate myself, because it's a good restaurant. I want to go back. Maybe down the line, I'll take you there too, and you can check out the food. Anyway, they have like a wall of hot sauce, and you can just walk up and take whatever you want and use it, and they expect you'll either leave it at your table or if I could put it back. Well, I found this one that I had not tried before by El Yucateca, and it's a hot chili habanero, but it's the Black Label Reserve, and the shit is black. Like, it's black. It's fucking black. And so I tried it, and I had to have it. So I'm guessing that this is made with like charred habaneros or charred jalapeno, probably both. Let's see what's in here. I need glasses. Yeah, it doesn't say. It says habaneros and jalapenos, but it doesn't say if they're charred. But I can kind of tell by looking through it into the light that there is some color to these peppers. So I'm guessing they're fire roasted. And it really smells, I mean, it's very smoky. Really. Oof, love this stuff. So anyway, I had to take it, so I stole it. What do you want from me? I'm a thief. I stole hot sauce. Just want to do a nice big spoon of that. Can you say? I don't want to spill it. Oh, it's so smoky. You could really, you could like smell like campfire in it. A little hint of vinegar. Yeah. All right. Salute. Ooh. Oh man, that is pretty tasty, man. This is it's a little sour from the vinegar. It's got a nice heat, but it's a habanero heat. If you're like a chili head like me, you know, it's not blowing my doors off. It is bringing me a nice brow sweat, little flushed cheeks. But this is nothing that is. I mean, if you're a hot sauce person, this is nothing that's going to knock you out of the water. It's just delicious. And it goes really, really well with Tex-Mex. I mean, really, really well. It's just that earthy, the peppers and the fucking fire and the... It tastes like New Mexico or something. So I love this stuff. What else, man? Fucking... I guess this is a kind of a long one, so I'll let you all go. But I'll be back. You're going to see a lot more of me. I know I've said that like a million fucking times. But I will be back. You know, another thing I wanted to mention, I'm drinking right now in the middle of the day because I'm trying to, the hardest part of quitting smoking is having some drinks and not having cigarettes. So I'm actively conditioning my body to be satisfied with this while I'm doing this. I don't know. Maybe if it wasn't mango flavored, I don't know. I gotta find some like tobacco flavor. But the problem with these tobacco flavored ones, and I have a couple over there for like the fucking box I had with the whole fucking stupid vape thing. The problem is that they manufacture it to taste like tobacco prior to lighting it. So like when you smell a cigarette, like a nice cigarette, like an American Spirit or something like that, and you smell that kind of, that roasted tobacco, that's what they make the vape oil taste like. The problem is when you're smoking a cigarette, and I don't know how you sell this idea to anybody, but what you're tasting is the smoke, the burning tobacco, not the tobacco. I mean, otherwise you might as well just fucking chew it. So that's not even fulfilling. I've tried all sorts of things with like jump, like totally putting through the roof, like the amount of nicotine and whatnot like that. Can't do it. So we're going with this thing. This is not bad. I need to find a flavor though that tastes like a fucking cigarette, like cigarette smoke. They used to make those Enjoys. I don't know if they still make them. They were like these disposable ones, and they looked like a cigarette. They felt like a cigarette. They fucking tasted like a cigarette. Courtney Love used to do the ads for them. I haven't seen them in a while. I don't even know if they make them anymore. The big problem with them was, at least for me, is you're spending like $8 fucking on one because they're disposable. I'd be sucking on it, and by 3 hours later, it'd be fucking done. And I know it was pulling hard, so it still had stuff in it, but it's disposable and you can't recharge it. So, unfortunately, it didn't have enough power. And it was like the best one that you could get, but it was, if I'm gonna do that, I mean, I'm paying fucking $8 every 3 hours to smoke fucking cigarettes. That's more expensive than buying fucking cigarettes. Especially in New York, where a fucking pack of cigarettes is like $12 fucking. You go to the city, 15. My God. Yeah, that's what we're paying out here in New York, folks. You can't. Oh, don't get me started on New York. It's a great place to live, but it's fucking expensive as hell. Anyway, especially if you smoke, because it's just. Plus, we're a very social town. If you go into the city, especially where I live at the beach here, it's a beach town. People are always out and about. Everybody's got their fucking solo cups by me. And so it's a drinking culture. It's a social culture. If I'm fucking smoking a pack of cigarettes just on a night drinking, I mean, that's a pack of cigarettes in like 3-4 hours, 5 hours, something like that. Whoa, you're talking like dropping like $150 a week on cigarettes. That's just insane. So something I had to give. And plus, it's not fucking good for you. And I could feel like a little heaviness and shit like that start. And this is about the age where you start developing all sorts of cancers and shit if you haven't developed them yet. And I really don't want to battle fucking lung cancer anytime soon. So we're on this. We're going to try and will our way through it. Anyway, I'm going to let you go, folks. I'm going to see you next time. When that next time is, I'm not sure. I'm going to have this going on a regular basis very soon. I promise you, people. Thank you for coming around. I'll see you soon. Make sure you subscribe if you're new to the channel. Click like. Click that little fucking bell thing down there so it'll notify you when I post a new video. Then you can come here and click fucking thumbs down, thumbs up, whatever the fuck you want to do. Fucking share it out. I'm on Instagram and Twitter at Terry the Loon. I'll post that shit down in the description too. Yeah, I think that's about it. We'll see you next time. Cheers.